Hey, what up, y'all? It's your boy Den, and I was perusing YouTube earlier. I noticed that Nintendo had dropped a direct. I was not aware that that was going to happen, so I figured I would just go ahead, fire it up, and give my thoughts on what's being talked about because, last time I knew it was about the Nintendo Switch 2. This time I have no idea what they're talking about. So, like I said, I'll try to make videos like this every once in a while when I see video game news coming up on the systems I play. Nintendo Switch is one I play. By the way, you can see it back there. I had to get a new dock for my Switch. It was out for about a week and a half. I guess the HDMI port finally gave up on it, which is very disappointing because I was testing everything just for preparing to do more videos for the channel. And it was working one day, and then the next day it wasn't. I was actually doing a Mario Maker video on Mario Day, March 10th. And I was having so much trouble with it, mainly because I did not compensate for the lag while I was playing here at my desk. So I was having a horrible time with it. I might upload that later and stuff, but that kind of took the steam out of things. And then when I tried to go back and play a little bit more later to do another video, that's when the HDMI stopped working on it. So I've got the new dock over there. It is working. So hopefully I'll have some more videos up soon for that. So, but for right now, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this Nintendo Direct and see what they're talking about. I don't think it's any more Switch 2 news, but we'll see. Okay, we got some Dragon Quest going on. Start things off. The Tokyo Metropolitan Symphony Orchestra. Back when I played RPGs, the only Dragon Quest game that I actually went out to get was Dragon Quest 8 on the PS2, which I still have. I've long stopped playing RPGs, not necessarily because I don't want to, but as I grew older, it just got harder to really invest the time in them. So I'm definitely of the PS1, PS2 generation of our role-playing games. You can't call them JRPGs. It's frowned upon now. But looks like this one's a callback to one of the older ones. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake. Yeah, very nice.
We'll also have a Nintendo Direct for Nintendo Switch 2 on April 2nd. So please tune in for that as well.
Okay. So that Nintendo Direct is specifically about the Nintendo Switch 2, which I already knew that, but again, this kind of threw me. I was like, did they bump it up?
Escape from dire straits.
Okay. So is that the name of the game, Escape from Dire Straits? No sleep for Kaname Date.
Series is stirring. You are Kaname Date, a special agent with a sophisticated AI called Aiba embedded in his left eye. Idol who has been
that sounds comfortable.
Dive into
Talk to cute anime girls.
And solve mind-bending
find their
puzzles
death
in an
notes.
explorable environment. Everything you learn will bring you one step
Puzzles, you
closer
say?
to the
Yeah,
truth.
I'm already out.
No sleep for Konami
It almost has a
Date
look
from
of,
the
what's it, the
Files
Catherine
launches
games.
on the Nintendo Switch system, July 25th.
Another game that I wouldn't play, just too heady for me.
Supernatural.
Shin Megami Tensei. This must be, it looks like it's a port of maybe the original game.
With remastered HD graphics,
I've never played any of them and stuff. I just recognize the art style.
Unbeknownst to us, with your memories gone, you have been summoned to a strange, unfamiliar world, where you're greeted by a yellow orb known
Shadow
as Cloud.
Labyrinth.
But who is this spherical
All
stranger?
right. Well, this has a very this has a art
world?
style that's very
Your
similar to a
battle for
lot
survival
of the
begins.
2D games that have been coming out over the
As
last
Puck
decade.
guides you on your journey to explore areas you couldn't reach before. But tread lightly. The creatures inhabiting this world will prove hostile.
Oh, I've heard about this one. Okay, so this is the game that they developed based off of the Secret Level, the episode on Secret Level that was based on Pac-Man, which was like, listen, for it to be based on Pac-Man, it was hyper violent. Like even I was taken aback.
Nintendo Switch, July 18th.
I'm really surprised that they allowed them to go that hard with it in the series, and now they're making a game off it. Of course, I'm interested. But yeah, if you haven't watched any of the Secret Level things, I think if you're a gamer and you have any interest in games, you're probably have seen the Secret Levels. I'm hoping that that's something that they continue upon. A series that they continue upon. Heck, even if they were to continue the stories from that one game that completely got demolished when it came out, you know which one I'm talking about. I would love to see more of that kind of unveiled in the story. In that format. It doesn't even have to be Secret Level. It could be its own series or something, because it's not a game anymore, unfortunately, which is just crazy. I remember hearing about Patapon on the PSP or the PS Vita and stuff. Nothing I ever picked up, so that's why I'm talking over it. Story of Seasons, Grand Bazaar. Okay.
Oh, you must be the new farmer.
Buff Daddy.
Tend to your farm while growing crops and caring for
I'm the
animals.
mayor. Because of course I am.
Then sell your produce and other wares at the town's weekly bazaar.
So, Story of
As
Seasons,
bazaar sales grow,
I think that's
you'll help the
either
once famous
an
market regain
offshoot
its
of
former splendor.
Stardew Valley,
You
or
can also get to know
just
the locals
a love
I'd like
note to it,
spend more time with you.
and maybe
which
nurture a
is
relationship if
a
you
love
find that
note
special
to
someone.
Harvest Moon. Again, all games I've never
Taking
played,
advantage of
just
Zephyr Town's
familiar with
windy
them.
conditions.
Please take a look at this.
Okay. Since you asked nicely. Ooh. Now, this is a series that I have considered getting into as I gotten more interested in first-person shooters.
She was unexpectedly transported to.
I've wanted to play this because I really enjoyed playing Super Metroid back in the day. And I want to play some of the other 2D Metroids and stuff. I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice by not played them.
She's not alone though. Abhorrent.
Because
alien creatures living in the jungle
this
are
series in
waiting to
particular is held in very high regard.
strike. Psychic abilities.
Mm.
These
Has she ever
powers
had
allow
those?
Samus to and open
Yeah, a
doors.
little Half-Life in there.
They also
little
allow her
Half-Life,
to
little
control
Bioshock.
her beings,
I mean,
power of her mind.
why not? You know,
Bestowed upon
a smattering of
Samus.
other games in between. I bring you love.
Are beginning to weave a new tale.
It looks good. And I mentioned in the Nintendo Switch 2 video that it feels like the Switch is never going to reach a certain graphical fidelity that needs. Ooh. Hey, that's pretty dope. Oh, you just gonna leave on that
It
note?
looks
Okay.
like even more challenges await Samus.
I think that game would look stellar on the Switch. It doesn't look terrible, like, but I think it will look stellar on the Switch too.
Okay, let's move on. To
It just looks a little dated. It looks a little dated. It looks kind of
Ready to
PS3 era.
stir up some- Hey, as
Oh.
the newest Potionista
Disney
of the
villains Cursed Cafe.
You'll craft cans to brew all sorts of
Can you
strange
date them?
elixirs.
What's happening?
Then
Oh, this guy sound look like
play.
he's dressed to
Who
go to the
knows
golf
what
club.
mischief
Well, of
might
course he
happen.
is.
Disney Villains Cursed Cafe launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
Okay, pass. Ooh, pixels.
Welcome to Witchbrook College, where use magic circles to perform rituals.
Oh wow.
Rely on techniques
Be casting
to go
out
from
demons
witch
for
in
days.
training to take on various jobs to help pay for tuition.
Join the occult.
Are you ready for a spellbinding journey?
No.
Witchbrook
It's
flies
cute.
onto Nintendo Switch this holiday.
I'm a big fan of pixel art. It's like a main draw. It's probably like about 20, well, I'll say about 50% of the games that I've downloaded have just been based off of pixel art
In
alone.
this hand-drawn platforming
Or
adventure,
or
you
hand-drawn
explore
like
an
this.
expansive archipelago where
Okay,
nightmares and
oh
wonder
man.
collide. Upgrade
Oh,
your
wow, that looks
trusty
really
king with
cool.
magical parts. Then use its abilities to find your own path through the enchanting world.
Huh?
Can you uncover the secrets the archipelago holds? Find out when The Eternal Life of Goldman launches on Nintendo Switch this holiday.
Okay, Goldman.
Celebrate the 40th anniversary of Gradius with a collection of
Oh, man.
arcade shoot-'em-up games from across the series.
If you want to talk about games that I am terrible at,
And Salamander 2.
it's shoot 'em ups.
Some titles come with multiple versions, including ones
You'll get
from
to see that
different
on a
regions
video that I'll
and
be
launch
posting
years.
here soon.
Plus, take
Next
the
week,
helm
actually.
in a brand new mixed stages and global leaderboards.
Okay,
Plus,
so a little
more musical
WarioWare
mayhem awaits in the
slash
Celeste
Guitar
Music Pack
Hero.
paid DLC. Rift of the Necro Dancer launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
Cool.
Let's welcome to Tamagotchi Plaza, a brand new entry in the Tamagotchi Connection series.
Is
There are
Tamagotchi? I always thought it was
galore.
Tamagotchi.
Design glasses
Uh,
at the eyewear shop.
That's how I remember it being pronounced when I was
Pearly
younger.
whites,
Well, if it isn't Tamagotchi, her new favorite pet.
Yes.
So what's that make me? Fish sticks?
Oh, are you hungry?
Oh, no. By all means, feed it. Play till your heart's content.
Look, Goldie. I took good care of her, and she changed again.
Change. How about changing some water here?
Katie, Buzz is here.
So Tamagotchi can pause. I can pause too. Want to see that again?
Tamagotchi, the original virtual reality pet. Your care determines the pets you get from Bandai.
solo, or with a friend at the dentist.
Also,
And
we're talking about
arrange plates
Tamagotchi in
at the
2025.
afternoon tea shop. Your
Guess
help.
legends never die.
You'll get to meet more Tamagotchi, making the town livelier than before.
Tamagotchi.
With over 100 new and classic Tamagotchi,
It's kind of like when everybody was
business
calling
is
it
sure to be
Timu
booming. Get
originally.
ready to set up shop.
And then
when Tamagotchi Plaza
Timu had to come
launches on
back and it was
Nintendo
like, no,
Switch,
it's
June
Temu.
27th.
Temu. No, it doesn't hit the same way, but say our name right. Tamagotchi. Is this a new Pokemon? Pokemon Legends Z-A.
Welcome to Pokemon Legends ZA, a new title in the Pokemon
Oh,
series.
just Z-A. Za. I love that
Today, it's easier
Pokemon
for people and
finally
Pokemon
went
to
like
coexist.
full
A company
3D,
named
like
Quixotic
with a
Inc.
full-on
is
adventure
carrying
and stuff. It
out
was
an
something
urban
that
development
people
plan.
clamored for ever since the
Here, we'll get a
N64.
glimpse into the
And they
lives
put
of
out
the
that
Pokemon and
freaking
people
tease of,
Lumio
was
City.
it Battle Coliseum or whatever.
Pokemon
But I guess
can
this
live
isn't a
comfortably
full-on
even
adventure.
within
I
the
don't.
city.
Yeah, I've never kept up with Pokemon. I barely even tried the game when
But
I
they
was
might be
younger on
hostile.
the Game Boy,
If you
and
sense trouble,
I
get
did
to
get swept
safety.
up in Pokemon Go
There
for
are
just a
Pokemon that
little
live
bit, just a
outside
little
wild
bit.
zones too.
But I respect it
Some
as a
of them can
series.
either
I
be
don't
found
know
on rooftops.
anything past the first 151 Pokemon.
People
That's
and
not true. I know a
Pokemon
few of
live
them, but
easygoing
don't ask me to
lives in
name them.
Lumio City. Highly skilled trainers are invited to participate in a tournament,
To the
the
death.
ZA Royale.
Yeah.
If you're spotted, they'll challenge you to battle.
You can always walk away.
Strike first before being seen, and you'll land a surprise attack.
That
During battles,
doesn't
using
seem
a super
fair.
effective move. What will you find on your adventure? Pokemon Legends
never know.
CA launches on Nintendo Switch later this year.
Za.
Where the game is set.
The color
Or it
palette for that
transforms
logo
between
was
day and night.
god awful.
It seems there are
The game you're about to see, boop, doesn't have a big, epic story, boop. But what it does have is lots of funny little rhythm games, boop. You wanna see, boop.
And look at little pupper.
It sounds easy.
Yep, that's my timing.
Maybe you could try it in time to a rhythm.
Maybe. So yeah, I remember a rhythm game for the DS ages ago. It wasn't WarioWare, but it had a lot of rhythm-based mini games in there and stuff where you had to be like right on the rhythm to get a good score. Yeah, this definitely. Oh yeah, this.
Get into the rhythm with a brand new entry in the Rhythm Heaven
Yeah, no, this
series.
is Rhythm Heaven. There it is.
Rhythm Heaven Groove. But what if digital games could be as flexible and convenient as game cards? Well, here's what we came up with.
Okay.
Introducing the virtual game card. In the future, virtual game cards can be used for digital games.
Interesting. So
when
it's
purchasing the
wait.
digital version of the game, it will be loaded onto your system as a virtual game card, allowing you to play that title.
Any user registered to the system can play
Your
the game.
digital games will be lined up as virtual game cards on a dedicated management screen.
Okay.
Here, you can load and eject your virtual game cards and manage which games you can play on your system.
So it's for just moving it from one system to the next, which is something you can't do on the Switch right now.
If you have two Nintendo Switch systems, you can eject a virtual game card from one and load it onto the second.
Interesting.
Now you can play this game on the second system wherever and whenever you want, just as if you had inserted a physical game card. Second system.
See, what I
is
was
required,
hoping is
but
that
only
you
the
could
first time.
take the disc that you have, or the game cards that you have,
You
and
can also
convert
lend
them
out
to
virtual
digital.
game cards to your Nintendo account family group members. Connect to your family group member
Oh,
system
sweet.
via local wireless when you want to
I don't
lend
have the
a game.
family thing, but
Choose the title you're
that's pretty
lending.
dope.
You can only lend one game at a time to a particular person. Games
Makes
can be
sense.
lent out for 2 weeks, after which they will automatically return to you,
Boo! I don't like that.
making digital games
I don't like that
even
there's a,
easier to use. Virtual game card.
Well, at the same time, like I guess you can set a limitation and stuff so it can come back to you, because I'm
Well,
guessing that
virtual
you can't play the
card
game
feature
if you
lets
lend it
swap
out.
games between Nintendo
Huh.
Switch systems, as well as to Nintendo Switch 2 systems.
Fascinating. I don't like. Oh man, can Nintendo run that? It didn't look great on there. Star Overdrive. The Wandering Village. Ooh. Just flipping through these games real quick. Haven't heard of any of them so
Uncover
far.
history once more.
Zelda?
An HD remaster of
That's
Saga
how-
Frontier 2 is venturing on to Nintendo Switch. Meet
I
Gustav, the Royal Heir,
remember
and Will, the Explorer.
Hearing about that
Two
game.
heroes whose RPG.
We couldn't have cleaned up the sprites a little bit more. It literally looks like they just kind of lifted them from
Experience the original
the
story,
originals.
along with
Like,
brand
give
new
them some
events that
contrast or
expand the
something.
vibrant world of
Maybe they wanted to keep it closer
Plus,
to
team
the
up with
original.
more characters.
Like they're kind of clashing with the
Finishing the main
backgrounds.
story, you can later today.
And just dropping a bunch of games.
Monumental
today.
adventure, stunning landscapes to manipulate, optical illusions to discover.
Kind of reminds
and
me
mystifying
of
secrets to
Journey,
unfold.
the
In
PS3
Monument
game.
Valley, lead the silent Princess Ida in her quest for forgiveness.
It wasn't
while
really too much of a
outsmarting the
puzzle game,
enigmatic
just like
Crow
a
people.
teamwork type game.
A different guide Row in her adventure through motherhood. Both
Mom.
games contain all their additional chapters add-ons, and DLC.
Very
The
pretty.
first 2 Monument Valley games launch on Nintendo Switch April 15th. Help Noor on her journey to restore the world's light in Monument Valley 3, setting sail on Nintendo Switch this summer.
My God. Golf. Game footage not final. Hot Shots.
A brand new entry in the Everybody's Golf series is driving onto Nintendo Switch. And take
And
your
my
shot.
best friend tried his best to get me into golf games and
Perform
stuff, and
backspins, side
I
spins,
strongly rejected them each
and
time.
other
It just
special shots.
wasn't my thing. Sports games in
single-player
general
challenge
aren't
mode,
my thing,
compete in tournaments
unless
and
it's something
face
like
off against a range of rivals
Mario
to become the
Strikers,
ultimate
something
golfer.
like that. Just something ridiculously
In Wacky
actiony.
Golf, up to 4 golfers can hit the fairway to
Dang,
an
Bloom
online
was hype.
Switch this year.
That's a terrible name. Just call it Hot Shots. Everybody's Golf. Like, flip it around.
Unite some of Marvel's greatest superheroes in the fight against evil. Pair up 2 heroes from the roster of 15, including the
Hey, yo,
likes of the
what?
spectacular Spider-Man and the
Oh,
ferocious
this is the same guys that
Wolverine
did
to take on the challenge.
TMNT,
From
didn't it?
close quarters combatants to aerial races,
Splinter's
you can
Revenge.
mix
I
and
mean,
match a
Splinter's
variety
Revenge.
of
Shredder's
heroes
Revenge.
for an amazing array of possibilities. And swap between
Oh,
your
I'm
team
all
of
about
2
that.
anytime. Take
Yes.
advantage of your team's strengths to overwhelm
Let's
your
go.
foes. Plus, up to 4 players can assemble for local or online co-op play. The battle for the fate of the Marvel Universe begins when Marvel Cosmic Invasion launches on the Nintendo Switch system this holiday.
Very nice.
Next is our last game announcement. Please take a look.
What we got? Kingdom Hearts? Oh, no. Animal Crossing. Wow. This is Metopia. I know a lot of people are going to be hyped on this. I've seen a lot of videos on Metopia, and it looks like it's a pretty fun time. If that's what they're about to announce here, I think I'm going to end up having to pick this up and playing with some friends. Tomodachi Life. Okay, so it's not Metopia. I've heard of Tomodachi Life too. So I said all that stuff and I didn't even know what it was. Oh my God.
Did you want to talk?
That's probably how I look to everybody. See, I don't know as much about Tomodachi Life, so I'll have to
Thank
go
you
and
for
see
watching today's
what that was
Nintendo
all
Direct
about.
so far.
Okay.
Our final announcement is something a little different that's not a game.
Oh, okay. There's still more.
Here's Mr. Miyamoto to introduce it.
Hello,
The
I'm
man, the
Shigeru
myth, the
Miyamoto.
legend. Getting
Thank you
grayer
for
and
watching
grayer as the
today's
days go
Nintendo
on.
Direct. We'll continue to broadcast Nintendo Direct presentations, but we're also launching a new channel based on the concept of delivering information to you directly. This is a smart device app called Nintendo Today,
Huh. Now I'll probably be able to
which
keep up
functions
with
like
them.
a daily calendar. In the app, you can view different Nintendo events. We will also be delivering all sorts of content about Nintendo games and characters every day.
Okay.
After the Nintendo Direct for Nintendo Switch 2 on April 2nd,
I've got that one on the
Nintendo
calendar.
Switch 2 will be delivered to you daily and directly through the Nintendo Today app as well. Nintendo Today will be available to download on smart devices later today.
Okay.
Anyone with a Nintendo account can use the app, so please try it out.
Oh, it's kind of like the music thing.
That's all I have to share.
Nintendo
hope you
Music,
enjoy using
which I've
Nintendo
opened
Today.
maybe one time so far. Well, I'll go ahead and get that downloaded and let you know what my feelings
That's
are
all
on
for
that too.
today's Nintendo Direct.
Probably won't make a video about that one. That was the Nintendo Direct that snuck up on me because I really didn't think there was going to be another one until the Nintendo Switch 2 one. So if you like what you see here, please like, comment, and subscribe. And like I said, by the time this video comes out, you should expect to see the Nintendo Switch 2 video, followed by what will be a series that will be posting every week on another interesting console that I've been playing. So please look forward to that. But in the meantime, it's been your boy Den. Have a good one. Peace.